All right, so the second phase of this video is showing kind of the area that we purchased in. So you can see there's a lot of land on this street. Now, we have purchased in the community of Wedgefield, and Wedgefield is a beautiful equestrian and golf course community. There's a beautiful country club with the restaurants. A lot of the homes here are very custom. There's a lot of property to purchase. So right here, as you can see, this is the piece of land that we bought. Again, Wedgefield community is outside Orlando. We are about 25 minutes to downtown. We are about 15 to 18 minutes from Orlando's International Airport, and we are also about 25 to 30 minutes to Cocoa Beach. So we're really slab dab in the middle of everything, which is absolutely amazing, and it's just super quiet. It's very peaceful out here. A lot of really beautiful neighbors. There's a lot of really cool neighbors out here, and the community is really great. There's a lot of really fun activities and events that happen out here in the Wedgefield community. He's out there digging in and chopping again in the woods. It's definitely not waiting for our builder to do all that hard work, but nonetheless. So in this part of the series, I really want to talk about the process of purchasing land here in Florida. Again, it's very different. There's a lot of things that I was very unfamiliar with purchasing land. Very unfamiliar with the process, the cost, the things that go into identifying property. So I want to definitely give you step-by-steps of the things that myself and Aaron really learned along the way, things to really think about and consider. And of course, if you have any questions, feel free to send us a message below. I'd be more than happy to give you recommendations and really truly give you the transparency of the cost, because I think it's only fair to let people know how expensive or how cheap it is to purchase land here in Florida. So the first step is finding the right real estate agent who really understands land. Some real estate agents don't know, have never really worked with buying land, finding land, looking for the right property in the right areas, trying to identify what is considered wetlands and what is considered non-wetlands. The property you see behind us, the one that we bought, is considered wetlands. And I'll get into that a little bit more detail in just a bit. But finding the right real estate agent, again, is key. Second is finding the right lender who can lump your property and your house build under one loan. Now that's key, because instead of having multiple closes, we only had one close. We purchased the land, and then we also tied in our house build under one loan. Now let me give you some insight on some land costs. So it's very difficult to find land in Orlando that's greater than an acre. If you're looking outside the city, which we did, this is about a little over an acre, about 45,000 square foot. Most of the property here in the Wedgefield area is an acre or greater, which is really exciting if you want to have horses, chickens, animals. You want to, do something like we're doing with the garden. It's really quite peaceful. You can ride your golf cart everywhere, which is really exciting. You can ride your golf cart to the local restaurant that's in the community here. But nonetheless, this property was originally $95,000. It's 1.03 acres in Wedgefield. We literally just closed on this a couple months ago, so this is very fresh data. Now, because we bought wetlands, our Rockstar real estate agent was able to negotiate this property down to $50,000. That is a huge cost savings for us. That was a massive savings because we're going to put all that money back into our home build. So those are some things to think about. When you're buying property, wetlands can be a lot more expensive because of the maintenance and things you have to do, and it's considered wetlands. And what I mean by that is all of this land here, you have to pay for impact fees, because here in Florida, they really care about the trees, the nature, the animal life that's within these trees and nature and foliage. So in order to clear this land, you have to pay for impact fees. Now, to be honest, to me, it's a cash grab. You're paying for things because you're cutting down trees. Now, for those who love trees and love plants and foliage, you might respect that cost, but again, it's very expensive. Also, for mitigation, we have budgeted about $40,000 for mitigation. Mitigation means bringing in soil, dirt, and sand to elevate the property above the water level. As you can see right now, the property slopes. So a lot of the water kind of rolls downhill and puddles in the property. So we have to now raise the property up higher in order to build our home to make sure that it is safe from flooding or from crazy rainstorms or things like that. Now, and most of the properties here have all had to do that. That's just kind of a common thing that you have to do when you're purchasing wetlands. But there is a lot of property here in Wedgefield community that is considered dry land, but you are going to pay a lot more money for it because it is something you don't have to spend in costs, which it could, factor out, or it could definitely be better for you to buy dry lands if you don't want to pay for mitigation, but you will still have to pay for impact fees. So just think about that. Again, a lot of cost savings here. Over $45,000 is going right back into our pockets to help with the future building of our property, which is amazing. So those are the things to think about. One, finding a real estate agent that is going to be right for you, who knows land value, who can dig into the information, can really find a property really cheap for you. And again, we have a great contact. Again, for the lender, you need to find a lender who can lump your property and home value together. And what that means is, when we worked with our lender, we built our home, we drew it up into plans, we sent it in to the lender, and they obviously appraise your home and give you a value. Now, once they've given you a value of your home, that will be one loan. Your loan will be the part of the house and a part of the land. So think about that and finding a lender who can do both. That is really key, because you do not want to do two closings, because that can get very expensive and very costly. Other things to think about when purchasing land in Florida. There's a lot of beautiful areas of Florida. You can live in Tampa, you can go to Miami, you can go to Fort Lauderdale, but again, there's not a lot of land left. So you want to move to an area that is going to bring you a lot of value and equity. Because we have purchased in the Wedgefield community, it is a very growing part of Florida. So Florida has really expanded and starting to grow more outwards. It's getting less dense, which is great. So that means this area one day is going to be very profitable for myself and Aaron when we go to sell our house, because the home values have been going up like crazy here in Florida, because all of us Californians like myself and New Yorkers have all been moving and flocking to Florida, which has been driving up the home prices. So right now it's been a beautiful time to purchase property. Now, some other things to think about too is you want to make sure that when you build your home, you want to think about the equitable value of the house for the future. When we built our home, because we've saved on land and the way that we're building our house, we have already acquired over $100,000 in equity for the area that we have purchased in, because the community is so unique and the homes are all different sizes, different styles. So it's really a cool place, and we're super excited the fact that we've had so much success so far.
Yes, and you'll definitely need a local to give you the lowdown on the traffic patterns. That's one of the reasons I like this area. Is not only the lot sizes, it's growing but still quiet, it's agricultural but still close to the city, is the traffic pattern. This area avoids a lot of tourist traffic,
which is really nice.
Which is really great, because I hate tourists. At least driving next to them.
Yeah, and again, if you want to live somewhere that's a little bit quiet, but you're not too far from the action, then living a little outside the city is really key. And we have done lots of research, so we can definitely give you some better or more ideas. If the Wedgefield community is not the right community for you, we can definitely help you find out other areas, because again, we've done a lot of investigation work and research into finding what was the best place for us and the best value. And again, the market is crazy right now, but interest rates are going down in 2024. We're super excited because interest rates are lowering, and our home build will take about 9 to 10 months to build. So by the time that our house is built, we pray to God that interest rates have gone down a lot more which will also save us a lot of money in the long run. So we're super thrilled about that. So if you have any questions or concerns, or you want more information on how to purchase land in Orlando, please send a message below. I will respond right away and give you some more insights. We can tell you again and break down costs, land costs, how much we paid to realtor fees, what was our closing on fees for our lender. Again, we will figure out the exact cost of mitigation, the exact cost of impact fees here relatively pretty soon. We're about to put in some drainage systems, so that will be coming in the pipeline. So we'll also be filming that and who we used to do the drainage system. And we're super excited again to really show you what this house is going to look like, because it's going to be super unique and really epic. Again, I'm bringing California inspiration and design to Florida, so it's going to be a very unique and different house that a lot of people in Florida tend to not stylize or build. I really love the mid-century modern style. We love all the glass. We want to make sure we keep a lot of trees for like the woods and the indoor-outdoor feel. So that's really the inspiration for why we purchased in Wedgeville, because of the beautiful trees and the landscape and foliage. So stay tuned.
More on your California style. One of the things that we've realized with obviously the climates of California opposed to Florida is humidity and moisture.
Yes.
So there's a lot of materials in California they can use that we have to find maybe alternatives that are weather resistant woods, or wood looks that look really like real wood that are weather resistant and they won't rot and turn to soggy, mushy, nasty wood in a year. So those are some of the challenges we're going to have to figure out. I know there's a lot of different materials out there. I grew up in Florida. There's hardy board and a lot of different composite materials, but we'll let you know how that goes.
And if you are moving anywhere outside of Florida and you're coming into Florida, there is definitely a very unique process for building houses here. I'm actually kind of excited about it, because from when I come from California, everything is very wood framed homes. But here in Florida, everything is built with either cement or cinder block, which is super cool. Our builder takes it a step further, and for insulation, he insulates all the cinder block with spray foam. He insulates the walls and the ceilings and the roof. So really unique building materials here in Florida. And so we'll also break that down as well with the cost that we've spent. We'll go over kind of the things and materials that we're putting in the home, things to keep our home dry, things to keep our air quality fresh, the floors that we're going to be using. Things again are going to be very modern, eco-friendly, natural materials. So it's going to be really cool. I'm super excited about the process.
You'll be here for the entire process. So
if you have any questions, let us know. We'll be more than happy to really dive deep and get really transparent about everything that we're spending, because we want you as the viewers to understand what we've already gone through, the mistakes that we're going to make, and things that we want to fix, and making sure that you don't do the same mistakes that we did, because at the end it can cost. We have spent quite a bit of money thus far on some minor mistakes, but nonetheless they're nothing large where we were like, oh, that wasn't great. So we're definitely going to make sure that you are well prepared and aware of the things that we've already gone through. So be more than happy to help you. So if you have any questions, please feel free to send a message down below. We are also going to add our Instagram pages, so you can kind of DM us on there directly if you'd like, if we respond quickly.
Make sure you like, subscribe, hit all the buttons down there except for the thumbs down.
If you want to see this green space turn into a super modern mid-century home, please follow along for more series on documentation
and shenanigans.
All right, bye.